Hey, hey, hey. What a day, what a day, what a day. Trump cannot stop talking about tariffs. And of course, his sycophants, his fan base are trying to make a bunch of excuses. Let's use Trump's words, Trump's own words. On Wednesday, during his address to Congress, he stated, "We didn't need new legislation. We didn't need a new Congress. We just needed a new president." I'm paraphrasing. So if he believes that his pen is so powerful, why hasn't he used his pen to drop prices? He is causing the instability within the markets, within the economy right now. He is the reason why the stock market is going down, essentially crashing. And he's the reason why prices are so high right now. He and he alone. He is trying to relitigate the replacement to NAFTA, the USCMA, that he negotiated with his original administration 7 years ago. He complained about USCMA. He dogged it out. He's doing all these things, but it was his. Additionally, he's making it impossible for Mexico, China, and Canada to negotiate with him regarding these tariffs because, ding, 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 have y'all noticed he's not telling them what he wants in return for stopping all of these tariffs? He hasn't said, hey, if you do this, this, and this, I won't bring any tariffs against you. He is yielding tariffs as if they can read his mind and they're just going to give him what he wants, while he's simultaneously acting as if he has some overwhelming influence over other countries. He doesn't. He doesn't have overwhelming, overshadowing power within the confines of the United States. But that doesn't stop him. Doesn't stop him at all. He seems to have a wish list of just bow down and cower to me, but he's not telling people how to bow down and cower to him. Coming from the Daily Beast, Trump demands MSNBC's Rachel Maddow and Nicole Wallace be forced to resign. Who's going to pay for that breach of contract? Like, are we supposed to forget that Rachel Maddow just renegotiated and signed a new contract? Who's going to pay for that breach of contract? And do you really want Mehdi Hassan, Joy Reid, and Rachel Maddow without the confinement of networks regarding their investigative reporting prowess and their ability to truly interview people? Do Trump, like the exposés they could put out, I don't think you want that. Because they could come together on a podcast like set that they could become the new Turks, the new young Turks, like that type of thing. I don't like, he does not think things through. Y'all didn't want a woman as the commander in chief because she'd be too emotional, but you're okay with emotion driven, ego driven Trump? Make it make sense. Let's get into it. Donald Trump wants heads to roll at MSNBC after two of the network's hosts dared to criticize his good deed towards a 13-year-old cancer survivor. First of all, I'm going to keep saying this. Report things how they were. That was not a good deed. That was tokenization. All throughout Wednesday, Trump tokenized trauma. The good deed would have been reinstating cancer research. The good deed would not have been parading a little black boy. I'm sorry, a black teenager. He's 13 years old, whose cancer is in remission on international television. And before you go, Taz, that wasn't international. If you think the world does not watch congressional addresses, there is some swampland in the middle of Oklahoma I got for you. Trump honored aspiring officer DJ Daniels at his congressional address on Tuesday, announcing that the Texas teen was to be sworn in as a Secret Service agent. He also invited him and his family to the White House. When are y'all going to learn the history of Trump, of Donald Sr.? Okay. Trump says a lot of things. He makes a lot of pledges and follows through on not a damn thing. Because he's okay with this 13-year-old black child right now. What if this black child doesn't grow up to be a conservative? What if this black child doesn't grow up? Do you really think he's going to show up to his funeral? And if he does, do you think he's going to make it about DJ? Absolutely not. What if this black child ends up being a member of the LGBTQIA plus community? What if this black child becomes an activist regarding his marginalization? Is he going to be invited back to the White House? Because right now, MAGA is turning on its own, Amy Coney Barrett. Afterward, MSNBC hosts Rachel Maddow and Nicole Wallace painted the honor as a stunt by Trump. It's not an honor, it was a stunt. At least somebody is being honest. So, Rachel Maddow and Nicole Wallace are being honest, just like Joy Reid and Mehdi Hassan were, under the constraints of their contractual agreements to legacy media, and you want to remove them from those constraints. Okay, do it. Whose administration is pushing through huge cuts to federal funding of medical research. And then, of course, Piers Morgan had to chime in. Piers, you only have a career because racists like to hear you be racist. This was not a good deed. There was a marginalized woman who lost her child. And with the stroke of his Sharpie, he named a portion of land after said child. What does that do to prevent another child from enduring that fate? He took a child whose cancer is in remission and had him sworn in as an honorary Secret Service agent. What does that do for childhood cancer? Because the white child, he gave a West Point scholarship to. All of these things that Trump did on Wednesday. One, what does that have to do with the state of the country and his plans for moving the country forward? Two, what remedies were given? I'm going to need y'all to stop taking tokens and acting as if that's legislation. Stop acting as if that is a remedy. It wasn't even thoughts and prayers. It wasn't even a thought. It wasn't even a prayer. It wasn't even it was a show, a shit show, actually. Don't give me honorary shit if you're not giving me solutions to the problems that prevent me from being a viable member of society. If I'm brutally murdered, what the fuck is naming something after me going to do? Especially since you're saying, oh, her murder was due to X, Y, and Z. What the fuck are you going to do to fix X, Y, and Z? How many more people would need to be brutally murdered? If I die from cancer, or if I am actively dying from cancer, what is it giving me an honorary badge going to do for my condition? What is it going to do for the financial, emotional, mental, physical drain that it puts on my friends and family members that are helping to care for me? Does it reduce the bills? Does it remove the cancer from my body? Does it help a child or another person in the future not suffer this fate? No, it doesn't. And I want you to ask yourself, out of the hundreds of thousands of children every single fucking day, because Shriners and St. Jude's exist for a damn reason, why he chose that child. Why he chose that child. It is so his sycophants could say, see, Trump's not racist. Look what he did for the darky baby. Wednesday was a trauma fest. He exploited every bit of trauma he could. And riddle me this, Batman. Why do we keep bringing up Lake and Riley? Her family said not to do it. And the one representative from the family stood there trying to force a tear. And the other person that was with them, I caught it, kept looking like, bitch, if you don't stop. Then the woman who stood up to the school board because they influenced her daughter into the trans community. Where was that daughter? Where was the husband? Why was she there alone? If she championed for her child, if her child is truly not a member of the trans community and was pushed into it, why wasn't her child there to be like, yes, my mom fought for me? That child was at home being guarded by the father. And you're buying into it time after time after time after time again because you have relinquished your critical thinking. And for the love of all things holy, don't sit here and tell me, oh, it's because of social media. It's because of this. No, because a lot of y'all didn't have critical thinking before the internet was a damn thing. Any new technology is just a larger mirror that shows us our reflection as a society. Stop blaming shit on increased technology. Social media didn't make you cheat. Social media didn't break up your marriage. Social media is not showing how fucking stupid the vast majority of this country is. You just hid it better before the world could see it. You knew the vast majority of people that you talk to in a given day have 1.5 brain cells fighting for space in an otherwise empty cranium. And you were okay with it because you felt good about being smarter than them. Because since Trump is acting as if he's doing such a spectacular job by governing through executive orders handed to him by the Heritage Foundation, as Elon Musk is running amok to the point where Trump's cabinet started yelling at each other and him regarding Musk doing things that are beyond their purview. And remember, this cabinet, they obviously paid Trump good money, and they're like, hold up, the only one getting good return on investment is Musk. Why is he still coming over into my territory? This is supposed to be my agency. This is supposed to be my department. Why is he doing this? You're missing it all. You're missing it all. You're too busy waiting for somebody else to mobilize and fight the power when you can do that. And you're too busy going, what are they distracting us from? What they don't, nobody has to distract you. You distract yourself. Let me repeat that for you. Nobody has to distract you. You distract yourself. You want to find a conspiracy theory in everything instead of just looking for the facts and accepting reality and moving forward to fix what's broken in this reality. Like somebody today asked me the question, well, when are we going to protest in DC? As soon as you organize it. When are you going to stop waiting for other people? And then not only are you waiting for other people, you're defeating yourself. Oh, this it's not going to change anything. I mean, I did this one little thing this one little time and great change didn't happen. So they're just going to do what they do. People do to you what you allow them. Let me repeat this. People do to you what you allow them. Is there context and nuance behind that? Yes, but we're going to take this at the base level. The people have the power. The people keep handing over their power like, here, you want some more? You hungry? You hungry? Gobble up all the power. You keep defeating yourself. They don't even have to put energy or effort into it anymore. You're talking yourself out of mobilizing. You're talking yourself out of voting. You're talking yourself out of being boisterous. You're talking yourself out of being demanding until you want 20% off at Walmart. Then you're ready to cuss everybody up and down. Until somebody tells you you ain't the prettiest to ever do it, or you ain't the most handsome online, and then you want to track down they second cousin first removes baby